As promised, I decided to do a video on this devotion. Do on the week 3's Monday prompt, which is read Ephesians chapter 2, the entirety of the chapter, but we'll do that in a separate video. So the first question here is, what verse stands out to you within the chapter and why? These are verses 5 and 6 and verse 9 of Ephesians chapter 2. I'm going to read them and explain why here in a minute. First I got to flip to Ephesians chapter 2. I never seem to have it ready, do I? Never seem to have it ready. Okay, Ephesians chapter 2, verses 5 and 6. Even when we were dead in trespasses, made us alive together with Christ. By grace you have been saved, and raised us up together, and made us sit together in the heavenly places in Christ Jesus. And then on to verse 19. Here it is. Now therefore you are no longer strangers and foreigners, but fellow citizens with the saints and members of the household of God. This word, by the way, foreigner, is poruikos in Greek, and it means beside. The root word para, beside, and oikos, a house. This word describes someone who sojourns or travels in a land without the rights of citizenship. Okay, sojourn is stay, not travel, my bad. This word describes someone who sojourns in a land without the rights of citizenship. They do not quite belong where they live and are viewed as outsiders. Abraham and Moses wandered in a land not their own as they awaited the promised land. At the moment of salvation, Christians who are once paraikos to God and his people change their citizenship to the kingdom of heaven. From that moment, they do not quite fit in on earth because their true home is in heaven. So these verses stand out to me because they are, as I've written here in this little journal, they're beautiful descriptions of the great lengths God went to save us in his love and how much it worked. What one word would you choose as being important to the message of this chapter? The word I chose is trespass. Because we have trespassed against God in so many ways, and despite this, he still loves us and still goes out of his way to protect and save us from ourselves. And the last question of this part of the devotion: does the chapter speak to you in any particular situation in your life? If so, what do you take away from it? And what I wrote was, ever since middle school, I've struggled against lust and still find myself trespassing in that area, as I've talked about in past times in the channel. What I take away from this chapter is that God is being able to forgive even me and counts me alive to Christ and dead to this sin. It gives me great joy knowing that it has no dominion over me, and as long as I look up to him, I'll find my escape, and one day, permanent escape, when I leave this flesh. And I'm happy to report that because I've been looking to God lately, I have obtained a degree of self-control, but it's nothing that I've done in myself. It is the work of God, and I am happy to report that God, believing that he has freed me from this sin, has helped motivate me to push myself further away from it, away from doing it. The temptation still comes, but God has made me stronger in warring against it, and I'm very grateful to God for that. Anyways, guys, I hope this video has blessed you somehow. Sorry it's been kind of short, and I'm going to hopefully make the next Bible topic video reading the entirety of Ephesians chapter 2 to make this devotion make a little more sense, but I wanted to kick this one off and at least get it going in this way. Anyways, guys, hope to see you in the next video. God be willing. God bless you all.